Hey everyone, welcome back. Got some more Beyond All Reason here for you. Hopefully you've been enjoying the Beyond All Reason content. It's a game that I'm still really enjoying, and we've got a doozy of a game here on Supreme Isthmus, the map that, gosh, it's going to be in rotation for forever, it feels like. At least it gets iterated on. I'll give it that. I mean, if you're getting tired of the map, just think about what it looked like a couple months ago. I am up on the front lines. I am side by side with Upbeat Hades. Looks like an English player. And I'm thinking Cortex bots. And recently I've been experimenting with a mixture of thugs and res bots. Thugs have really effective HP for their cost. So resing them, repairing them, that's all very good. Thugs are just great when you can keep them alive. And oh, look at that. Lots of reclaim going on up front here. I think I needed to get to the center a little quicker. Maybe send a grunt along with my grave robber, although looks like I'm using him to grab up energy instead. Yeah, look at that. They've already claimed a lot of the metal here. That's pretty impressive. I think we need to get out here a little. Oh, wow. He just degunned his own units. That was awkward. Oh, lots of deguns from Chef Boyardee. Yeah, and I'm trying to get in here to grab my metal extractor, but I'm not liking how Upbeat Hades has not grabbed any of these metal extractors here. We really need to grab these up, especially this one. Yeah, in fact, my allies are directing Upbeat Hades to move forward, but he's our newest player. He is one of our lowest ranked, so it's pretty much up to me to hold out here. I don't think Upbeat Hades is really going to be contributing much. Do get a nice scout here from our air player, a Polish. Oh gosh, I could not even begin to say that name. Zinsquel. Oh, I just don't know. I can't say these names. You can see I'm mostly making thugs, also getting some grunts. I like that the grave robbers are out here. They're patching up all my units, including my commander. But we're starting to see this meta come out of rocket bots and guards. So it's a row of light laser towers and then just rocket bots to shoot down any static defenses. You can see Upbeat Hades cannot handle it. He's losing all of his static defense. I'm glad I've still got my metal extractor up. Should probably put some walls down here. But you can see now they're rotating over here, and I'm not sure how I can deal with it. If I send my grunts in, they're just going to get shot by the laser towers. Really, I need some artillery or rocket bots of my own. And oh, those Janus are going to hurt. Ah, losing my grave robbers there. Unfortunate. But I get some aggravators out of my own. These rocket bots can shoot down, yeah, all of their static defenses. That feels really good. If they're going to do it to me, I'll do it to them. We can just keep coming forward. Yeah, I like this. Just got to watch out for when a Janus comes forward, but we can always deal with that when it happens. We can pull our units back. So yeah, spitting out more aggravators, though I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing on the front lines. You can see, yeah, Chef Boyardee, and who's this other opponent? Lionized. They're both making good progress. I mean, Chef Boyardee's their third highest ranked. Lionized is their third lowest. So they have a decent front line. But I've got a lot of units here, and if my if I can keep my grave robbers repairing and sucking up all this metal, that'd be really good. Oh, looks like some light harassment going on over here. Looks like Gambler is trying to get into the oceans. Heck, I've even got some tidal generators of my own. But yeah, this is a really rough front line. You can see I'm not as afraid to come forward now that a lot of the turrets are down. But look how injured my units are. I'm really glad we've got the jammer here. Looks like the northern seas are ours. Definitely got all of the northern mexes grabbed up, though we could grab up the island still. Look like Upbeat Hades can't control that 4.3. Heck, I've lost my own, and now I'm relying on just this single one back here. But now I'm realizing that it looks like the front line is going to start collapsing, and I'm going to spam grunts because once these units come forward beyond the line of static defense that they have here, I'll be able to rush them with all of my grunts. A very risky play here is putting up this geothermal power plant. And I like seeing the shell shockers, the artillery coming out for upbeat Hades. Problem is, it looks like they've got a defensive artillery structure back here. It's firing down on all our units. We do get the geothermal up, and I am warning everyone that the front is going to collapse soonish. Upbeat Hades is not producing enough units. I'm producing as much as I can, and I'm just waiting for that one trade where they come forward and we rush them. Mass Neil's asking me to hold for 3 more minutes because I'm not going to be getting any more support. Gambler is in the oceans. He could bring some of his ships over, which he is. I appreciate that. And Masked Neil is going for an experimental gantry rush. So he's actually going for marauders as quickly as possible. This is looking like it might be my opportunity. Yep, I'm going for it. The Janus all fire their missiles, so now we need the grunts to get on top of this army. But there is so much back here, and the moment I hit that defensive line, I'm going to back away. Fortunately, I have a lot of grave robbers. We can use those to grab up all this metal or rebuild if we need to. Nice, yeah, grabbing up all that metal feels really good. And they are stealthy, these grave robbers, so nobody sees that I'm rezzing these units. The problem is that ranged artillery, I really should have just reclaimed these units. But that's all right. Yeah, we need cloaks. We need cloaking jammers back here. Yeah, and I'm just losing units for free to the artillery pieces that they have back here. That said, we've still got a decent number of units. Looks like a lot of submarines over here. He needs radar. Or a sonar, I should say. Yeah, love seeing the aggression from the oceans here. But the front line is going to collapse. Mass Neil saying, okay, I've got my T3. Let me just amass maybe 10 of these marauders. He doesn't want to reveal them just yet. I'm saying grab up this metal. Gambler's saying no. Turns out he's right. There's a bunch of subs over here that I cannot challenge. So I'm going to at least do the nice thing of putting down a naval radar and sonar tower. That'll hopefully allow... Yep. Now at least Gambler knows what he's up against. He can micro his subs appropriately. Yeah, he's actually doing well. I like that. Yeah, the sonar support is proving to be very helpful. Wow, looking good. I'm warning that the front is about to collapse because we've got fiends coming in. But the marauders do a great job. I just really want my geothermal power plant to live. All these Janus, very deadly units. But the opponents back away, and my geothermal power plant lives. All this time, I've just been trying... Oh, nice. Please get that 4.3. Ah, there is more artillery back here. I'm tired of all these static artillery placements that they have up here. They're really creeping forward. You can see the front line is shifting, starting to take over a lot of our territory. But yeah, I'm still here with the res bots. We're grabbing them up. And it looks like, yes, we put down another jammer. That'll let me put down this 4.3 metal extractor. Hopefully get the last of those, of the metal that I can get from here. Putting out more res bots. I've decided if I'm dead, I'm dead. Like, if they push, it's over for me. Wow, big, massive submarines. But here come torpedo bombers. Very deadly. These submarines need to get the hell out of there. Yeah, they're getting obliterated here. He can take out a lot of the economy. I like seeing that. But there's tons of torpedo launchers back here. Gambler losing so many units. Yeah, I would have at least swept around to grab up all of these metal extractors that are hidden over here, yeah. Big mortar line coming forward. It's looking like hounds with a cloaked... Yep, I'm losing my geothermal, losing all of this. I'm saying to myself, this base right here is gone. I'm going to lose this any moment. So I'm going to reclaim what I've got, and we're going to relocate back here. should see me with res bots, or at least these construction turrets, just snatching up any of my old buildings here. I'd like the metal extractors to be the last thing we grab up, and I'd like this fusion reactor to finish first before we start reclaiming anything. There. All right, we've got it. Now we can work on our citadel and our converters. But yeah, we really just need to start reclaiming all of this and just back out. We just don't have the units to hold here. Ooh, good aggression coming over here. It looks like those rocket ships, yeah, the messengers, these cruise missile ships, bombing all of this. Wow, that looks really good. Ooh, lost a lot of my res bots there. Unfortunate, but this is great. Orange is really taking a beating here. Chef Boyardee, he's in for it. Oh, here comes the tick spam from Frequency 24. I'm going to start putting out some fiends to deal with the tick spam. And you can see I'm starting to consider the reclaim. I'm patching up still, but yeah, we need to grab up this bot lab, grab up all of this. Relocate to the back. I'm hoping that my Sheldon can at least do something. But oh, look at what we're seeing up here. Looks like I spotted Shiva's mid too. Yeah, I'm realizing that I'm just doomed up here. I think this is when I'm going to start reclaiming everything. Yeah, get out of there, grave robbers. It's way too dangerous to come forward. Oh, big battle over here. These torpedo bombers, yeah, just shredding these T1 ships. Oh, really needs these interceptors to do battle. Also need some anti-air ships. Really need some anti-air ships. Oh, enemy naval. Yeah, enemy navy just pulling in here. Dolphins shredding gamblers' attempt to get into the seas. Look at this. The mortars are here. We're just going to reclaim everything. Just grab it all up. We're reclaiming whatever metal we can from these structures. And backing away. At this point, I can't do anything. I just need to make sure that my allies defend my meager economy back here. That fusion is very important to me. Fortunately, it looks like a counter push is coming. I lose my commander here, just to all those mortars. And you can see that the jammer bot that is mixed into that army is doing good work. Marauders coming forward, absolutely crushing Chef Boyardee's base. And I'm actually being defended by Razorbacks from RG-22. Love that. Look at the damage that we're achieving back here. Knocking down so much. Yeah, I would love to see that advanced fusion go. Yep. Shame he lost so many of the Marauders with that explosion. Oh. That was a lot of damage. That was a few AFUS going down. Looks like Upbeat Hades. His game is over. At least I was able to retreat back here and get a fledgling economy going. But this is what I mean when you're on the front lines. Eventually it's going to collapse. I mean, all of this got wiped out. No surprise that all of this got wiped out. I'm just so pleased that I was able to squeak something out back here. At least my economy's doing something. And I'm very happy that all this got defended. Yeah, that's looking really good. I'm glad all that was saved, and now we've got Razorbacks pushing the mid. But it looks like we're going to spam grunts. No, these are pawns. So we're spamming pawns to the front lines. And I'm thanking everyone for keeping my precious economy alive. Ocean to the north is still, well, it was ours, but it looks like we're seeing some, we're seeing some opposing units here. We're seeing some static defenses, and when Frenzy brings his boats nearby, there are some shots coming out of the darkness, so we're worried about that. Nice. A juggernaut. XTA Apex has just been ecoing back here, along with RG-22. The two of them have just been ecoing like madmen. Really like seeing this. Just look at all of these construction turrets. It's probably too much build power, but man, does it look good. And he is just spamming out, looks like, air constructors to just build whatever he wants, wherever he wants. But we are getting absolutely clobbered in the air. Unfortunately, our air player, I mean, second least skilled, just pumping out still T1 interceptors and not much of an economy to show for it. Really want to see, yeah, more economy coming up back here. Oh, the Thor just drives through the Geo. It just rolled right through. Mask Neil can't believe it. I'm blown away that that could even happen. Apparently they path through friendly Geos. Who knew? Fortunately, Mask Neil's got an economy back here, and it looks like, some apology AFUS was handed over. Very kind of Mask Neil or very kind of Frenzy to hand that over. What can I really do in this game? Let me turn down the volume here a little bit, because we're just going to be hearing a lot of nonstop blasting. What can I do? Well, I need to spam out these res bots. I need to get all these grave robbers out because they are actually rezzing some of my old economy now that we've reestablished our front line. Looks like my commander even got rezzed. That's pretty cool. So now Apex actually has 2 commanders. Actually, he rezzed both of these. Wow. He brought my commander back and Gambler's commander. So yeah, you can see the power of these res bots. They were able to bring back commanders, able to bring back some of my economy, and I'm just gonna reestablish myself, take over the economy that Upbeat Hades had, and hopefully I can just kind of secure this economy while building up my base over here. I'm not going to be producing fighting units pretty much at all. Oh, sorry about that, folks. The dogs got very excited for a moment there. Wow, this Juggernaut from Apex is really putting some work in on the front lines. And as long as we have a large mass of grave robbers or res bots, yeah, mine and it looks like Apex's, as long as we've got them up here, we're going to be really capitalizing on the damage that we do, because we can res all of these units that have died on the front lines. So you can see we're bringing back Razorbacks. We're going to bring back, looks like a Persecutor, and there's a bunch of Shiva here. This is great. We are reclaiming a little bit of the wreckage, but we're rezzing whatever we can. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. We're switching back to rezzing. I mean, there are so many wrecks over here. It looks like tons of Razorbacks. Would love to start rezzing over here, but there are some defenses. The Scorpion's a bit of an issue. Wish the Juggernaut would sweep around over this way and maybe cover all these wrecks, because that's really what we want to defend. Looks like some hover tanks coming over this way, these cataphracts, but there's a lot of defense over here. Looks like some corals, yeah, some floating laser towers. Yeah, this is well defended. I don't think Apex is going to have any trouble over there. So yeah, I'm still just kind of scuttling around. I'm trying to rebuild my economy. But in the meantime, I'll just use my grave robbers to repair this Juggernaut and keep rezzing up all these units. Yeah, we're getting all these Razorbacks back to the front lines. Yep, and he can always just retreat them whenever he needs to. Thor is coming forward. It's just a T3 smorgasbord up here. Look at that, the Juggernaut almost completely repaired. Yeah, we're just fixing everything. And I am actually producing some fighting units. I noticed that we don't have any anti-air up here, so I have produced some Manticores, and they are getting kills. 3 kills on that one, 2 on that one, 2 on that one. I love seeing that the Manticores are supporting. I'm just sort of fulfilling a support role here. I want to make sure there's anti-air. I want to make sure there's res bots nearby, just so that all of my allies are covered and don't have to deal with some sudden surge of units and lose everything. Particularly, I don't want a bunch of gunships to show up. Yeah, we're shooting down a lot of air. This is great. Granted, it feels like there is just a never-ending supply of air coming from the angry biker. Likely has an economy that is just insane. Wow, the Manticore, 16 kills, 6 kills, 4 kills. Yeah, these Manticores are really putting in work. Love that we're just shredding all these air forces. Yeah, the Juggernaut, 176 kills on it. Not that impressive since the front is just being flooded with yellows, little ticks and pawns, but man, this thing has done some work. 29,000 medals worth? I don't know, hard to say. Ooh, Karganeth and Shiva coming mid? That's scary. Dang. There is so much wreckage going on. I'll tell you right now, we're on 2x speed, but actually the game is only rendering at about 1.2. Usually when I record these games, I just mute Discord or mute Steam, but I actually had to close out of everything when I ran this replay because I wanted you guys to at least get somewhat decent speeds coming from my computer here. But this game is just going to, oof. That's a lot of resbots going down, but there's just even more in the back. Wanted to at least show you what this late game of bar can look like. Just the sudden stream of units. Man, there's so many coming forward. Every time it looks like the enemy is surging forward with a lot of units, I mean, we've got Thors and Shivas here. This Juggernaut just stands its ground, and any units that get injured can pull back. As long as we don't get pushed back to, like, here, we're fine. As long as we're duking it out here and can maybe establish ourselves up front. I mean, if we can hold here, that would be amazing, because then we get all this res right here. We want all these wrecks. We want to bring back all these Shiva, or at least suck up the metal from them. Yeah, and we're hoping that people can retreat their Thors to get patched up. It's really good when you can bring your Thors back and patch them up, because then they will continue to produce their EMP missiles, which can be really helpful. Wow, this Juggernaut just working away. Here comes some more air. Probably just going to get shredded by the Manticores. I think this is just a scout to see if we have a... yeah, it looks like they're scouting for a Ragnarok or a Calamity. Trying to make sure that we don't have any big game-ending buildings on the way. Of course, that just fed more kills to my Manticores and whatnot. You can see we're still getting pushed back, but not to that critical point where we're missing out on res. Yeah, you can see Frequency is starting to get the idea. He's actually grabbing up all these wrecks. But we're still here, and as long as these Vanguards are here, they're going to take shots at these resbots. Yeah, they're trying to reclaim, but I don't think these... yeah, we've just got the occasional pawns taking shots at them. They can't be hanging out here. Oh, but this is a huge surge of units. I'm hoping we can hold here. That is so many units. What am I doing on my end? Well, I'm pretty much just making a Juno, using the Juno to fire away at the front lines and eliminate ticks. I'm also getting an Armageddon up. I figured I could use a nuke. And this is the Armada nuke, so it's a little cheaper. It'll come up a little faster. Doesn't quite do as much damage, but it'll be effective for what I want it to do. And I'm also producing the occasional Mammoth. Mammoths are good. They can deal with a lot of this unit spam. Gosh, these resbots are still picking up a lot of wrecks. That's the problem. Frequency, yeah, is putting away a lot of metal. This is what I was talking about. We've gotten pushed back all the way to here, and that means they've grabbed up a lot of the wrecks. Probably all the wrecks here have been reclaimed. That said, I don't think they can come beyond this line. Yeah, we're blasting them with the Thors. And the Juggernaut's been pulled back a little bit. Trying to play a little more cautiously. Got some air units. But man, look at this fighter engagement over here. You can see what I mean. The Angry Biker just continually producing these air units. Yeah, but Apex, good lord, look at this economy. He can make whatever he wants. And he's made just an army of dragons. These big flying fortress units, he's just going to send them in, destroy whatever he can. And he's got the cataphracts to back them up. But really, he needs anti-airships. He's got to get this T2 up. Yep, there's the aerostorms, those anti-airships. He needs those. Those will shred all these fighters that are just hovering over the southern seas. Bit of a standstill. You can see that the Thors do a good job just pinging down all these little units. We know that there's a bunch of tier 3 just in the darkness over here. We can see some missiles coming from Karganeths and whatnot. But I don't think they can push forward. And I like that my economy's getting back together. We've got our anti-nuke up. We could probably use some bubble domes, some plasma deflector shields up here. But I'm liking what we've got, and it looks like I have spread a lot of anti-air, a lot of flak turrets all over our bases. So I like seeing that. Gambler and I have lived. The fact that we're still going and actually producing economies, that makes all the difference. It's hard to say whether, well, it looks like, oh, wow. Looks like something just got bombed right there. It's hard to say whether, the two frontliners, it looks like Lionized is still in this game, but Chef Boyardee quit some time ago. So it looks like we've each lost one of our frontliners, and now it's a question of, basically are all the green-hued people going to be able to bounce back into this game? I mean, Gambler's still getting up there, I'm still getting up there, and Mass Neil has done pretty well for himself. At least he's producing a big army of Marauders. Wow. That is a lot of Marauders swimming under the ocean. It looks like Mass Neil wants Frenzy, our blue player, to push in, try and wipe this out so that the Marauders can get onto the beach line here, this beachhead, and then push up through and destroy all of this. Don't know if they'll achieve it, but nice. Got my mammoths out on the front. They'll do a great job just knocking down these little units. And if larger units come, we could probably take them on. Oh, that's more of my Junos firing. Cutting off more of those ticks. Yeah, killing off, looks like some radar and maybe some ticks. Looking good. And looks like my, ICBM launcher is done. Ooh, looks like we're thinking of clearing out the island over here. I think that's a great idea. This is not going to be well defended. I'm sure all of these Marauders can just wipe out. Yeah, they can just crawl right over these dragons' teeth. They're just going to stomp them to death. Just kill everything over here. It looks like it's all T1, though, for Axe 64. So I thought maybe there'd be more economy here, but guess not. Wipe that all out and hopefully move on to the beachhead. Wow, yeah. Frequency 24 is still up here trying to reclaim what he can, but there's not much to reclaim anymore. All these little T1 units that are exchanging fire here, they're not producing any wrecks for people to really gain the metal from. And there is a lot back here. Probably a lot of Twilights. We're seeing a lot of those beams firing out. I'd love to see my mammoths at least doing something. And we've still got our res bots. I think we're just sending them over here and putting them on patrol. So they should just be repairing a lot of these Thors and whatnot. Oof. Yeah, hopefully we are still producing grave robbers. Yeah, they're just heading over here. We're just going to keep firing our Juno, trying to cut off any ticks. And whoa, look at this huge surge of units from Frequency 24. It's so many little pawns, but these Thors are so effective at killing them. I mean, these guys are just shredding these units. It's because that lightning attack chains to other units, so they're just wiping out big circles or chunks of these units. Yeah, look at all that. Oof. Just getting obliterated. Looks like Frenzy going for his scout with all of his scout planes. And these anti-air ships are just destroying all of these interceptors. Yeah, Angry Biker's going to have to pull away. And all these dragons are going to try and move down here. Apex wants to take him out. Oh, Apex making a ton of Nighthawks. Or Condors, I should say. I think he might have accidentally put those on repeat for a little bit. Mass Neil telling Frenzy, like, yo, we can win this. We just need to push this beachhead. They really want to get in there. Yeah, I'm looking at mid. I'm saying, I don't know about these Thors RG-22. They've got more than us. They've got more Thors, and they're backing them up with Karganeths and Shiva. We could pull back. The Juggernaut's just kind of been chilling back here. I'm going to keep making my Grave Robbers and trying to get them to the front line. And I'm actually getting up an experimental gantry. That's awesome. Do we have our nuke yet? We do. We should probably make use of it. It's not doing any favors just sitting in there. I think that's another Juno firing off. Yeah, would love to see my nuke fire. And we are seeing a lot of units from Lionized. Yeah, and there's a lot of T2 down here. Looks like we've got some good radar coverage. Yeah, we're seeing a big push of T2 units, but ooh, Scuttles! Wow, that bomb was huge. What a great move there. And I think, yeah, my nuke is firing as well. I'm sending in my nuke. I'm just going to drop it right here and try to take out all these Twilights that have been zapping down our units. Yeah, hopefully that did some good damage. You can check how many it killed. Looks like I got 63 units with that nuke. I mean, who knows how much of it was T1, but that felt pretty good. I think we wiped out a lot of T2 there, and now mid is looking a lot more even than it used to. Yeah, I love these pulsars that are up on this high ground. Doing good work on the front lines. Apex's economy is just unimaginable. And he is producing so many dragons. He's just continuing to scale. Got tons of hardened metal storage, tons of the converters, as many AFUSs as he needs. How many AFUS are we talking about here? Dang, I gotta double click all this, see how much we're talking. Am I allowed to select them all? Ah, man, it looks like maybe 10, another 10, plus, wow, another 20. Yeah, he's up to maybe 30 AFUS, 25 AFUS. That's crazy. But here's the big deal. Frenzy is pushing forward so many despots, even backed up by Black Hydras, the flagships. There's so much metal down here. The Death Cavalry subs are rezzing. Yeah, they're just getting back all their ships. But yeah, you can see Mass Neil is ready to go. He has produced Marauders pretty much the whole game. I don't think Neil's made anything else. I'm pretty happy now that my economy is somewhat stabilized. I'm actually producing Razorbacks. I got a Armada constructor, so why not get out Razorbacks? I like them as units. Although for this game, I think maybe more Thors or some Vanguards would be great. Some Vanguards would actually be pretty good. But I kind of have to manually fire them, so it's awkward. Yeah, looking good. Just need to send these ships in a little further. I think with all these Death Cavalry subs, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to just push in. You can repair your ships as you're duking it out. Yeah, it's looking like the game is slowing to a crawl just because of how many units we're talking here. And we're finally going to see kind of a combined effort as Apex moves in from the south with his huge air and navy force, while to the north, Frenzy is going to crush this beachhead, and Mass Neil is going to send in all these Marauders. All I need to do on the front lines is repair, reclaim, resurrect, and put down defenses. And we've got a lot of anti-air defenses up here, so that's looking good. Wow, these mammoths have done good work just pinging away the front lines. Looking good. Oh, look at the battle down here. The dragons are pulling away, and the fighters are all just getting baited into shooting. Yeah, they're just getting absolutely shredded by the arrow storms. These anti-airships are just killing everything. Great play from Apex. Drawing the fighters in and letting his navy just destroy everything. Yep. Now, if they can just move into this naval position, the problem is there's a lot of anti-airships floating over there. And who knows what all this is from frequency. I wonder what all these units are. Yeah, he wants to get aggressive, Apex. He's gonna move in. Look at all the dragons. Wow. They're so slow, but they're incredibly tanky. All they need to do is move over an area, and you can see that the ships just get obliterated. So as long as these move over an area, they're going to destroy something. Look at the Thor getting shredded by the dragons. That's crazy. That Thor didn't stand a chance. So everything they touch is just going to get obliterated. The thing is, if they start to run into some anti-air defense, some flak, that's going to hurt. Yeah, Lionized reacting. If they can get over some economy, that would really win us the game. Looks like he's going to take out a lot of Wise Guys stuff. But he's going for the kill. He wants Angry Biker. He's trying to move in. Thing is, to the north, the beachhead was finally breached, and now look at all these marauders. That's pretty much going to be GG. Oh yeah, more of the dragons going over this economy. Yeah, this is what we want. All these AFUS. All this would be great to kill. But yeah, my computer is going to a crawl here. I'd say the rest of the game was mostly air battles. The Angry Biker has so much economy back here, you would not even believe it. Yeah, look at all this AFUS. Frequency 24 right there, up there, with all this economy. But these Marauders are just going to do so much work. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this game. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of Lionized economy going down. It was a strange battle. I even lost my entire economy back here because of a few stray shots from this Ragnarok that they put up on the classic spot on Supreme Isthmus. Of course, this isn't going to last very long. We've got a Ragnarok of our own coming up, and this will just end up shredding this one. But yeah, it was a hell of a game, and I really think I scrambled, did what I could, and was still contributing as a frontline player late into the game. I think the nuke was effective. I think the res bots were incredibly effective. I mean, we're still using them to great effect. We can just res up all of these Thors and bring them back to the front lines. I like that I moved my economy back to this safer spot. You can see it's not a safe spot since it got blown up by a Ragnarok. I could have probably moved back here, made a bit of economy back there. But overall, I was all right with my gameplay. And for a frontliner to be able to live through the whole game, you can see not all the frontliners are still in the game. Looks like, yeah, Hades left, Chef Boyardee left. The fact that I'm still in it and contributing in some fashion makes me happy. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the game, and I'm glad this one went the distance. Very fun. All right, catch you for the next one. See you then.